All right, let's talk about something you've probably heard 1,000 times, but maybe never really dug into: the narrow path to life. It's a phrase that sounds so simple, but for most of us, it's still a bit of a mystery. Yeah, that famous line: narrow is the path that leads to life, and few find it. It's one of those things that's been quoted forever, and it's kind of comforting, but it's also a little bit scary, right? Like there's a hidden warning in there.
And that's the thing. That's the question we almost never stop to ask. Why? Why on earth would the path to life be so hard to find? Is God playing some kind of cosmic hide and seek? Is there a trick to it? Well, that's what we're going to unpack today.
Okay, so here's the first clue. The answer isn't some deep, dark secret. It's not locked away in some ancient scroll. No, it's been staring us in the face the entire time. And honestly, the truth is probably a lot more uncomfortable than we think. You know where our minds go, right? We immediately assume, okay, God must be hiding it, or man, it's just too hard, I can't do it, or we beat ourselves up thinking, I just don't have enough faith. But what if we're asking all the wrong questions? So, first off, let's get this straight. The problem is not effort. Think about it. The text doesn't say few people try hard enough. It says few find it. This isn't about gritting your teeth and trying harder or racking up good deeds. And it's not about religion either. Nope, it's not about having perfect church attendance or knowing all the right things to do. You can literally check off every single religious box and still be walking in the completely opposite direction. Okay, so if it's not effort and it's not religion, then what in the world is it? Well, the one thing, the single hinge that this whole thing turns on is the word love. And more specifically, our massive misunderstanding of what it actually means. And that right there, that's the heart of it all. If we want to find this path, we have to do something really hard. We have to take off our human-tinted glasses and try to see love the way God sees it. We've got to totally redefine the term. You see, the reason the path is so narrow isn't because of a bunch of rules and regulations. It's narrow because it requires this incredibly precise alignment. It's not about following a checklist, it's about recalibrating your entire heart and mind to match God's own character. Okay, look at this. It's like two completely different operating systems. On one side, you have human love. What's that? It's basically being nice, being tolerant, and, not rocking the boat. But then you look at God's love. Ho, that's a different animal. It's kindness, sure, but it's fused with justice. It has a purpose, and that purpose is righteousness, which is just a way of saying making things right. That's a game changer. And here's why this is so critical. It's incredibly subtle. The very second you start operating with that first definition of love, you've stepped off the path. It's like you've taken a highway exit ramp without even noticing, humming along, thinking you're still on the main road. So you gotta wonder, why is God's definition of love such a tough pill to swallow? Well, it all boils down to one simple, very human thing: what it costs us. And this might be the most uncomfortable truth of all. A lot of the time, when people reject God, it's not really about a lack of belief. It's not an intellectual problem. Deep down, it's that they just don't agree with him. They don't like his character, they don't like his priorities, they just don't want to think the way he thinks. Let's just walk through the logic here. It's pretty simple, actually. Step one, God's love isn't passive, it's active. It confronts the things in us that aren't right. Okay, step two, that confrontation means we have to change, like really change. But, and here's the kicker, step three is that we humans, we love our comfort. We hate being changed. So what happens? Step four, we reject the love that demands the change. Simple as that. So when you boil it all down, it leads every single one of us to a choice. A fork in the road. And these two paths, the wide one and the narrow one, they're not just some old metaphor. They represent a very real decision about how you're going to live your life. And here's the difference in a nutshell. The wide road, it's wide because you get to make up the rules. You define what love means, it's easy, it's comfortable. But the narrow path, that requires you to give up the pen. You have to surrender the right to define things your way, and instead, learn to think like God. And this should honestly stop us in our tracks. You can do all the right things. You can go to church, you can worship, you can pray, you can look the part perfectly. But if that internal compass, your core definition of love, is pointing the wrong way, then it's all for nothing. You're just walking confidently down the wrong road. So the question we have to ask ourselves is brutally honest. Is the love I'm operating on actually aligned with God's? Is it intentional, purposeful, aimed at making things right? Or is it just a human feeling? Is it all about my own comfort and my own emotions? Am I loving like God or just feeling like a person?
And that's the final devastating conclusion. The narrow path isn't hidden. It was never a secret. It's been right there in plain sight this whole time. It's not hidden, it's rejected. And now the choice to walk it, well, that's up to you.